Up with KREM begins now.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to Up with KREM. It is 6 a.m. now. I'm Nicole Hernandez. We want to get right to meteorologist Thomas Patrick. Thomas, he said some rain is moving its way through the region. Does it end up hitting us here in Spokane?
It could, though for now it's looking like it's just a little bit too far to the south and east, Nicole. So what I'm noticing is that there's just this little cluster of scattered showers. Here on the map, it's from about Coeur d'Alene through Tico and Plummer, and it continues southward from there, kind of in and around Pullman, Moscow, Lewiston, Pomeroy into southeastern Washington. Looks like this, again, cluster of showers is staying in this lane, which is just outside of aimed at Spokane. Not to say that we might catch a stray shower or not, but it's just a chance. That's what I'm seeing on top of the radar right now this morning. That should last through about 10 a.m. After that, back to just a normal, partly cloudy day ahead of us, with temperatures still in the mid-40s.
Thank you, Thomas. Taking a live look at traffic now at I-90 and Jefferson this morning, you can see things are looking good. We're not seeing any major traffic or any major backups right now. I'm looking at our traffic maps, and pretty much everywhere looks just like this. Things are clear if you're heading out the door right now. Well, following up on the Sandpoint City Council vote, they decided to amend their non-discrimination ordinance. It now more closely matches the state's law, which says people have to use the bathrooms that match their gender at birth in places like schools and state-run facilities. Sandpoint's mayor, Jeremy Grimm, proposed the amendment because a lifeguard at the local YMCA said they saw a trans woman in the women's locker room. The Sandpoint Alliance for Equality says passing this could impact more than just restrooms.
We're never going to solve this locally. There is a great chasm between beliefs on this issue, and I think it's best settled in the courts.
Mayor Grimm says at this point, nobody has filed any formal complaints, and no formal complaint had ever been filed since they passed the original ordinance back in 2012.
You have reached Crime Check, the non-emergency line.
Next time you call Crime Check, that's the voice you're going to hear. Spokane Regional Emergency Communications, also known as SREC, will be using an automated answering service. The AI will be sorting out what the person calling needs, whether that be medics, police, or even scraps. Every year, SREC sees about 250,000 calls. Almost half of those calls are not for emergencies.
It's well known in our community, and we advertise it well, which is good. But what that does is it becomes a one-stop shop for any questions that they might have. And as silly as it might sound, we've had people call to see how hot to cook their turkey at.
If a real emergency comes through Crime Check, the AI bot will send that call to a live communications office. The AI will not answer 911 calls, and it also will not write reports. SREC says AI could never replace those people. The plan is to fully roll out this new system before the end of the new year. Well, a man died after jumping into the Spokane River while trying to run from police over the weekend. Spokane Tribal Police say officers tried to make contact with a 42-year-old man who had active warrants out for his arrest from Lincoln County, Stevens County, and Minnesota. STP says the man ran from officers near the junction of the Spokane and the Columbia Rivers. He led them on a chase. The man then jumped over an embankment into the Spokane River and did not resurface. Police say this is still an active investigation, and they are now asking anybody with information to contact the Spokane Tribal Detectives. New this morning, the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife says they're going to release a new digital licensing app for the 2026 season. The app, called MyWDFW, will launch April 1st. It will let you buy licenses, show where you can fish or hunt, and have electronic tagging. You'll also be able to report migratory bird harvests and submit end-of-season harvests on the app. You'll be able to get to most of these features while offline. This is part of the WDFW's plan to make everything digital. Well, the government shutdown is over, but many people are still concerned about food benefits. SNAP is expanding their work requirements, so about 150,000 people here in Washington are losing their benefits. President Trump's spending bill raised the age limit for people who have to work from 54 to 64. One SNAP recipient said she's not sure how she'll be able to eat since she's not able to work.
I can't work 20 hours a week. I've actually been approved to work 5.
That was Stacy. She says she does have family who can help her. Although under these cuts, another estimated 300,000 people nationwide will lose their food benefits by 2034. The Department of Justice now has 1 month to release the Jeffrey Epstein files. Yesterday, President Trump signed the bill. Many politicians are now denying connections to Epstein. On social media, the president called the Epstein scandal a hoax. Former President Bill Clinton denies having any knowledge of Epstein's crimes. And it looks like there's no evidence former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers did anything illegal. He recently resigned from OpenAI's board after a message between him and Epstein came out. Trump now directed the Justice Department to investigate, which could delay releasing some documents.
The Attorney General does have the power to determine that certain documents, if released, would jeopardize an ongoing investigation.
Meanwhile, many congressional Democrats are pushing the DOJ to release the full, unredacted files.
This morning, our temperatures are in the mid-30s, and it is important that we are just above the freezing mark here, because with a little bit of some light precipitation, could be a close call to snow or even freezing drizzle. But since we are at about 34 to 38 degrees, all of that precip should stay as just rain, albeit a cold rain as of right now. Here's a zoomed in view over Coeur d'Alene. Looks like if you just head east of town along I-90, you'll run into a little bit of some damp roadways, though most of the action is a little bit farther south. You can see these scattered showers just here or there through the Palouse, especially between Moscow, Pullman, and up towards Tico.
We are officially 1 week away from Thanksgiving, and the KREM Cares Tom's Turkey Drive is helping make sure thousands of local families have a full meal for the holiday. KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones is live in Spokane Valley, where we will be handing out some of those meals in just a few hours.
Yeah, good morning, Nicole. That's right. Tom's Turkey Drive officially kicks off this morning right here at Partland's Inland Northwest. And if you're already signed up for today, we're looking forward to seeing you. Dr. Calvin Koblenz here with Partners. Can you talk about just how excited you are for this day, as Thanksgiving's just next week?
Yeah, Thanksgiving's one time a year, right?
Yes, sir.
So we are stoked.
I'm excited too, and we've been talking about just the overall impact that you all have here in the community. I want to say thank you just for working with Tom's Turkey Drive. What is it like though, when you get to be hands-on in the community, especially for an opportunity like this morning where distribution kicks off?
Well, I think we're doing 2,400 meals here today and tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
So you have to be efficient, but it's also fun to just slow down and enjoy each family as they come in. We have dozens of volunteers that'll be working different shifts, throughout. For me, since I'm not stuck to a shift, I can float around and see people, and so that brings a lot of joy for sure.
Yes, sir. And then something else that we were kind of touching on is that it's been kind of a crazy year, right? We were dealing with all of the SNAP benefits, and you said you all were seeing a kind of a spike and just an overall sense of nervousness, right, from the community about what we do for Thanksgiving.
Right, yeah, just the uncertainty of the SNAP benefits for the month of November coming into a Thanksgiving season, which is supposed to be celebratory, really put a blanket on it, and families that rely on that were very upset and scared, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, again, 9 a.m. this morning, right? That's when things officially kick off this morning. So, Tom, Sherry, if you're out there, we're going to make you proud this morning, my friend. If you're watching, and I know people are excited to see you out there and about for Tom's Turkey Drive as well. So thank you, and we'll toss it back to you in the studio.